I'm following you for 2 years, discovered you from Ranveer's podcast. Well, thank you very much. So thank you. Could you please explain the great man theory in detail and what are their traits? So the great man theory is an ancient, well, not ancient, it's a theory that's been around for the past couple of 100 years. And it says that all major geopolitical events that drive history forward, who is responsible for that? It's typically a few great men. Okay, let me give you some examples. Alexander the Great, great man, right? Then you have Julius Caesar, another great man. You have Napoleon, great man. You have Genghis Khan, a great man. If you go back all the way back in Indian history, we have King Sudas, a great man. Before that, or after that, after King Sudas, that great man who fought the battle and won the battle of the 10 kings, 10 plus kings. Then you have Shri Ram, great man. We worship him as an incarnation of Shri Vishnu today. Then you have Shri Krishna, another great man. If you look at more recent Indian history, Vishnugupta Chanakya, Chandragupta Maurya, Ashok, Kanishka, these are the people who drove Indian history, who shaped the course of Indian history. You have a great man who emerged out of Arabia, Prophet Muhammad, who changed the course of world history, didn't he? No question about that. In more recent times, we have Napoleon Bonaparte, who changed the course of European history. We have the Iron Chancellor, Otto von Bismarck. We have the great evil man, Adolf Hitler. We have Stalin. We have Mao Zedong. We have in Turkey, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, who changed the course of world history. We have the Turkish Sultan Salim II, who took Constantinople and changed world history. So my point is, the theory, the great man theory, says that it is a few great men in world history who shaped the course of world history. It is their leadership and their great traits or whatever that is the factor, the force that shapes the course that the world takes. That is the great man theory. What do I think of this? Well, today there's a lot of criticism that this theory takes because it says great man, not great person. It doesn't include women. So that's one criticism that has emerged in the 20th and 21st century, that it is a misogynistic theory. Women aren't included. Okay, that's one thing. And apart from that, it says that apparently the great man theory says that leadership traits are people are born with those leadership traits, and leadership isn't learned; it is innate in you, that sort of thing. I don't agree with that at all. In case it is true, because if you look at various leaders like whether it is King Sudas, whether it is Julius Caesar, whether it is Sri Ram, Shri Krishna, whether it is Chandragupta Maurya, whether it is Genghis Khan, whether it is Napoleon, they all were not, they may have had some leadership traits in them when they were born, but it was the events of their early years that shaped them and forged the leader in fire, in the fire of trials and tribulations. So leaders, some people may have leadership qualities, they may be born leaders, but then they would potentially never go through those tribulations and trials that forges a true leader. And maybe lots of leaders simply did not emerge because of that. So the point is, there are some criticisms that are levied at the great man theory, but in my opinion, it makes a lot of sense. The course of world history has always, all major world events, all major geopolitical changes in world history have occurred because of warfare, and what drives warfare is typically what they call great men. I can't think of too many great women. Maybe the world is an evil place. Maybe the world is an evil patriarchal place. It is what it is, right? Who am I to judge that? We don't judge. We just simply observe. We simply observe and we notice the patterns, and then we discuss the patterns. So if you look at the patterns, it's clear that it's been these great men who have shaped the history of the world, and that essentially is the great man theory. You may agree or disagree with it. You may consider it to be a misogynistic theory, whatever, outdated theory. That's entirely up to you. But that's what great man theory is.